What's going on today, everyone? So I listened to some of the people in the comments on my last video about what I should use for the R100 this year in Moberly, Missouri. So I think I have finally made the decision on what I'm going to use, and it's going to be, yep, you guessed it, the Tebow ILF recurve. I'll be using this at the R100 this year, and I will be shooting my Victory arrows, 400 spine. And with these arrows, I haven't gotten the entire weight of them. I would guess close to 440, somewhere around there. We'll see. All right, so now as you can see here, I've got a turkey, I've got a rabbit, if it'll focus, I've got a black bear, and a coyote. So just like any other 3D event, you're gonna have targets varying at different ranges. I may end up moving these around a little bit. I'm not gonna know the yardage because I don't wanna know the yardage, because in a realistic hunting scenario, you're not always going to know the yardage. So that's how we'll set it up. And that's usually how a lot of 3D courses will set up, unknown yardage. It just depends on the archery club, really. All right, so again, shooting unknown yardage. Start with the rabbit first. I need to drill a hole in the bottom of that so I can stake it down. But that's okay for now. Turkey target next. Oh, a little low. So that would be considered about a 5. All right. Now the bear. It looks like it might possibly be an 8 ring. Now we'll go ahead and do the coyote here. I'm gonna say that's probably either a 5 or top 8. All right, so again, let's say we are at the R100 and we are scoring our targets here. So I did not hit inside here. As you can see, the 12 ring is very small. Then you have the 10, and I don't know why I'm not seeing an 8 ring. Regardless, all right. So looks like I would have hit a 5 on that one. Now, go over here to the coyote. Well, that stinks, but it's another 5. So we got 10 points right there. All right, so right here, oh, here we go. All right, so with these kind of targets, you got obviously your 8 ring, then these smaller rings are gonna be your 12s. This one's gonna be your 10 ring. Looks like I hit the top 12 ring. So let's see, that's gonna be 22 points. And then last but not least, we got the bear. So on this 5 target round, I got 27. Not the best, but that's why we practice. All right, and so I noticed that, well, not noticed, but I realized, I just remembered, I've got 2 targets staked down. So instead of moving those all around, because I'm not going to take my time to do that, I'll just go ahead and back up a little bit. I'm going to do 2, this will be my second round. So each course on the R100 has 50 targets. I'm going to score each of these rounds and we'll see what I get. Just a moment while I set up that rabbit. Gotta love having your own 3D setup. It's definitely helped practice. All right, so last time we started with the rabbit. This time I'm going to start with the bear. Now we'll go with the coyote. Now the turkey. And to finish this round off, we'll go with the rabbit. All right, so let's go ahead and score this. I cut the line right here, just barely, so we'll count that as an 8. So 8. Looks like we just barely got this target, so that's a 5. So got 13 points off of those 2 alone. So we're up to 18 points because we got a 5 on the rabbit. Look at that. We got 10 right there. So I said, what? 8, 5, so it's 13. Then 5 off of that one, it's 18. So looks like another 28 rounder again. Okay, I sat an arrow down. All right. Be right back. And I may have mentioned this before, I'm not sure. I was in the Marine Corps. We have what's called Marine math. I forgot to set up for 5 targets. So I've got one set up now. We'll just shoot the first 2 rounds with an extra arrow. All right. All right, so with that in mind, I'm gonna shoot the deer target twice. So I'll scoot up a little bit for the first round that I messed up on, and then for the second I'll scoot back. That's a miss on that first round. It's all right, that's why we practice. All right, second round. Let's see here. What did we get? All right, so again, 0. And then on this one, looks like we have an 8. So I will change the score on the first round I'll leave this score the same on the first round and change the second round. All right, so on to the third round. I apologize for the noise in the background. Looks like we got some maintenance going on. All right, let's see what happened. All right, let's go ahead and score this here. All right, so we got a 5. Looks like we got an 8. So that's 13. All right, so that's 5, that's 18. Again, so 23 points total right there, and we got 5 here. What is up with all these 28s? All right, so out of the 50 shot scoring, I'm just going to do half today, half tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and get these 2 knocked out, and I might have something in store right after these. All right, let's get to it. Again, gotta set the rabbit. I just moved it maybe a foot closer. Not much. All right, next. I'll be back momentarily. All right, just had a little vehicle drive by, so I had to stop what I was doing. But this is done in a safe manner. All right, so we did shoot the rabbit. Now let's go for the deer. That is a big fat 0. That's okay, that's why we practice. And again, what do you all recommend for smaller knocks? Because these arrows that keep falling off the string, when I get ready to draw back, let's go for the turkey. Okay. Now for the bear. Hit him a little far back, but hey, you know what? That might have been a good shot. Now for that coyote. All right. So, now the fun begins of... All right, again, the fun begins of scoring and looking for arrows. That's always a fun part. All right, so I know I missed the deer and the coyote. Now, shouldn't be too hard to find the arrow from the coyote because I shot right under. Now, the part about this with the deer is I shot just a little over and I heard the arrow sliding across the grass, essentially. I'll be right back when I find it. All right, so I could not find that arrow after a few minutes of searching. So on to this here. We got a 5. See, that is an 8. So we got 13 there. Oh, cut the line on that 12. Nice. All right. So we got 25. Awesome. All right, this will be the last and final round for the night. Rabbit. Turkey. So that was a 0. Let's go with the bear. Not the best shot right there. Deer. That's a 0 again. And coyote. Cool. All right. So, let's go ahead and go score these. All right, coming up on the rabbit. Got a 5. Bear, we got a 5, so that makes 10 points on this round. So turkey target 0, so we're still at 10. All right, deer target 0, so we're still at 10. And last but not least, oh, there we go. There's 10 on that coyote. So we got 20 on that round right there. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but on the rabbit there, I put a water bottle. Let's see what happens. Will this take only one or all 5 of my arrows? And sorry for the noise in the background. Let's resume, shall we? All right. Can we hit this small bottle of water in front of the rabbit? Oh, that was so close. Just right behind it. All right, last and final shot. If I don't get it, that's fine. Just practicing tonight. Oh, so close, but yet so far. All right, if you're going to the R100, hey, I hope to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Remember, 2 ranges, 50 targets apiece. They've got some specialty shoots. I hope to see you out there. Please like, comment down at the bottom what you think of this video. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right.